Well, it's the Magic Hat Show. Well, it's the Magic Hat Show. Well, it's the Magic Hat Show. Oh my days, we're back after that interlull. The international break is over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Magic Hat Show, where you have three guys, one club, no drama. We have me, Lee, Jam, Gabs.
Absolutely.
Hello, back and in full effect. Thank you once again to all our YouTube subscribers. Thank you ever so much for keeping tuned in, locked in. Remember, if you have anyone out there that should know, you believe should know about this show, point them in the right direction. Point them in that direction. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. For anyone wishing to follow us on there, on those two platforms, do that at the Magic Hat Show. Ah, yes. Today we will be discussing yesterday's game. That's Saturday's game against City. And then in that, we shall be talking about the players' performance, the team's performance, then the manager's performance. I'm getting all tongue-tied here because I'm so happy, so excited to be back. Then we will talk about the players' ratings, the manager's ratings, and then we'll talk about the special segment. Who played for the badge, and who done the opposite to go in the bin. Then the second segment, we will talk about the transfer business. How do you rate Arsenal's transfer dealings? The window has now shut until January, which isn't so far away. How did you rate it? I know what I'm going to say. Then, for the seventh time of asking, we're going to go to the prodigal son, which is Gareth Bale, to our noisy little brothers, our little white neighbours down the road. What do we make of his return for the seventh to eighth time of asking? Yep. Then we shall briefly touch on our, oh my gosh, how do I say this? Our former manager, Arsene, who revolutionised not only Arsenal, but English football. He has a book that come out this week. If anyone has read this or even heard, through the grapevine, what he said, we're going to be discussing what we've made or what we expect, to find in this book. I will be very interested. Should be very interesting. Yep. So, on the Magic Hat Show. Today, we will start at the Etihad. Manchester City. 1, Arsenal 0 poor goals. Okay, so Jam, kick us off. The whistle has blown. Kick us off. What did you think? What did you think, my good man?
Okay.
And welcome back, by the way.
Yeah, welcome back.
Because I haven't seen you. I haven't seen Gabes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you guys. So, welcome back. And I've got to just touch on before we say anything, I'm loving that shirt, my good man. I see Dixon. He passes it on to Smith. He flicks on to
what is he wearing?
To Thomas.
What is he wearing?
That's what I'm describing the game.
Absolutely.
I'm describing that game.
Jumping in.
It's up for grabs now. Yes, I'm loving that shirt. I am blinded by its beauty, my good man. Yes, sorry, Jams. Let's get into it. Right, let's start. Etihad,
tough game, man. Let's start with the team news. I think the first thing that stand out for me that I was surprised about was that he wanted to start holding. Because because Luis was dropped. Let's put it that way, And that was he pulled out with a hamstring injury. Luis came in, and I don't think he had a major effect in the game, but we'll get on to that. And the interesting thing was, Pepe got a start.
Yeah. I think rightfully so after the last game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The surprise was we expected when we saw the team sheet that Willian would be on the opposite side of Pepe, and we would have Uber going through the middle. But no, actually, as the game went on, we saw that the central striker was Willian.
We'll touch on that. Well, I have something to say about that later.
So I think the first few minutes, nothing hardly happened because both teams were in good shape. It turned into.
What are you talking about? Mahrez had a shot within 41 seconds.
Yeah.
Like overall in the in that period. In the first 10, 15 minutes at Anfield, we were facing an avalanche of shots, right? So it wasn't like that. Like if you compare that game to when we were there at the Etihad, it was like night and day, I liked our shape. I liked that the structure of the team, how we set up. The pressing was really good, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's we get ourselves in trouble when we try to play those short passes from the back again. Right?
I wouldn't agree with that.
No, it was. Again, we are
I thought we broke City's press.
We did
very well.
But here's the thing though, when we press City, like if you look at the whole game, when we put the pressure on them, they have the outlet of playing that long ball, which bypasses our whole team. And that was a major feature of the whole game that I found very interesting, was that their keeper. That's the importance of a keeper who's great with his feet, right? So when we pressed and we did exactly what they did to us, because Kerlin was pressing. Aguero, who started, I was hoping he wouldn't start. Because every time he plays a blind game against us.
Who?
Sergio.
Didn't have a blinder yesterday.
No, but his hold up play, like his link up, he's first class, man. It's quality. Like that's the sort of play that we need as the focal point. We don't have. I know you're not a big fan of Lacazette, but I would have had him rather than.
If I could just interject, because you said that we was a bit sloppy at the back, but how many times did we get caught on the ball at the back?
It's not just about getting caught. It's about the turnovers.
Yeah, but how many times did we turn over the ball? How many times did we force City into mistakes?
We did force him,
and we're a team in transition.
But where we had problems was the two fullbacks, right?
Whose two fullbacks? Our two fullbacks.
Yeah.
How?
They had problems with their opposing wingers.
Yeah, but Mahrez is top draw.
It's top,
on his day.
It's top draw. But
Sterling and Foden.
I thought Tierney coped admirably well.
Tierney looked great going forward, but defensively, I wasn't sure about him in this game.
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, but Mahrez
he's a quality player.
Mahrez is going to come onto his left foot.
Yeah,
and he has this ability. No matter how much you try and show him down the line, he's got this ability of always coming back on his left foot. No matter how much you try and show him down the line.
Yeah. One-on-one.
So you need to double up on him, I would say. But even still, that's why he's at Manchester City, because he can get the ball away.
That's where we need. I know he wasn't able to start the game. I'm not sure what Arteta's reasoning was. Maybe because he played
for who?
Who you talk? Who you referring to?
Partey.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Too soon, man.
It's got too soon, right?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that because I have a point that I want to make on that.
And I think he would be a major asset because, again, the problem is when the goal came, right? It came because Xhaka and Ceballos got stretched, right?
It's because Foden done Bellerin.
Yeah. No. But
let's have it right.
You have to go back. You have to.
Go back. The bit before.
You have to go back to before that.
was too slow to get across to
the pass.
Too slow. But where was Xhaka?
Anyway,
Xhaka was out of position, but even still, the pass from Mare into the middle of the pitch.
Xhaka was there, and like they got stretched.
Yeah, but if either of them had the mobility to make that ground up, they could have
Thank you very much, Gab. That was my next point, right?
This is where Partey
comes in. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get to, right? Mm-hmm. That's where a mobile player who's positionally, I think he's positionally, his IQ is better. I don't think he will get caught that square, because what I've seen in the Liverpool game when they played at Anfield was how disciplined, right? Don't get sucked into play. You playing against the best team in the country, like footballistically. I know the Liverpool are the champions, yeah, but these are top draw team, right?
Yeah, but you know what? Like, it's going to go round. You know, Gabes will say his bit, but I just need to interject here because the Arsenal fan base were driving me crackers on this Partey, starting.
Yeah.
And they're being ultra harsh on Mikel Arteta's decision not to start him.
I didn't actually see.
I think it's just ultra harsh, and I agree with what Gabe says. It's a game too soon.
Yeah,
it's not the Atletico Madrid system that Thomas Partey is joining. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, you can have the argument that he shouldn't be lacking match fitness.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But Arteta even said it. He's only had one day to join in, to come in.
Yeah.
To join, to train.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's expecting, why is Partey? No, Arteta effed up. Why is Willian playing, down the centre? And why is Partey only got 8 minutes?
Yeah.
It's a game too soon. And it's hinged off. It was Xhaka and Ceballos that led to, was partly the reason because their lack of mobility.
Yeah.
Who's to say Partey would have done any better? When it came to, the build up to that goal.
Good point.
Carry on.
Yeah,
it's just frustrating. It's just grating on me. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's what I saw, the coverage, the feedback that I got from certain people was they had a problem with the selection up front.
I heard Twitter was blowing up, by the way.
It was blowing up. 2 reasons. The Willian selection.
Which I understand why Arteta done it. Go on.
Yeah. And why do you think he done it?
Chess.
Fair enough. But
it was a chess match.
All right. Okay.
It was a chess match. Okay. You might argue it was experimental,
mm-hmm.
but him and Pep, him and Klopp
mm-hmm.
are playing chess. Do you know what I mean? And what Pep done was put Walker and Ake to nullify the threat of pace from Aubameyang and Pepe.
Yep.
And what he wanted Willian to do, which Willian didn't do well, because, pardon the pun, the position he was put in was foreign to him, was try to carry the ball. He wanted Willian to carry the ball and to turn provider so that Aubameyang and Pepe can come in, can cut in, and he could thread the ball through. But Willian didn't.
His hold up.
He didn't carry out. Yeah. He didn't carry out that game plan. It was all about chess moves.
Okay,
that's what it was. But everyone's like, "Oh my God, City were there for the taking." Are you not forgetting the caliber of opponent that we're facing? A lot of people are going on like we're going to Ellen Road, and even at Ellen Road, it's away. Even at Ellen Road, we will experience problems.
Absolutely.
Crystal Palace away, West Ham away, you are going to experience problems. City and Liverpool are the top 2 teams in the country.
Yep.
And where do they feature? In Europe. They're amongst the best in Europe. And everyone, oh my God, Arsenal, City were there for the taking. Do you not think?
That's a compliment.
Do you not think? Sorry to cut you, but do you not think that City would have learnt their lesson against Leicester? Yes, Leicester beat them. Yeah. It was an off day for City. Do you not think this is where I'm incensed because Arsenal fans were like, we could just turn up and beat City. The caliber of opponent that we're facing. No, this is where I'm just a bit hot under the collar here. But go on.
Yeah. So let's continue with the. I think what peeved a lot of people was that the goal was a little bit too easy. Like I said, our midfield got a great play by Mahrez with that. Inside ball to Aguero, right?
Sorry, Gabes.
Right? Yeah. But
we're batting back and forth.
But what I didn't like about that goal was Xhaka being caught up way out of position, right? But that's okay. So when you're out the game, right? I don't care where you are. If you need to bust a gut to get back on side.
Yeah, but Xhaka can't bust the gut.
No. But like the last few strides that he took was just like, I can't get there anyway.
Yeah, but Jamal, you're talking like these players don't get tired.
No. Yeah, but
there you have it. You're struggling to answer.
Henderson is not.
People get tired, Jamal. You know these players get tired,
and games. They're running up and down. You know they're doing sprints.
How many minutes into the
That's
game?
That's irrelevant of how many minutes.
No. You have to do better than that, Gab.
No,
that's poor.
Listen, whether you're an athlete or not, do you think these players are machines they can just run up and down constantly?
That's not a tired player. That was just he was just jogging back. Jamal, it's not good.
Xhaka, number one, doesn't have the pace. Number two, 20 minutes. You wouldn't even last a minute.
Pace.
Yet you're expecting these guys to be...
No, they're athletes. Come on, man.
Of course they're athletes. So what? I've seen
Xhaka track back, busting a gut and getting on side. But that was just...
Are you saying that he's constantly, that after he's done a run, you expect him to
that
still
was
be
positional
as fresh?
play. Like he should understand in a game like that against Man City, right? Don't get caught.
What are you talking about, Jamal? What are you talking about? You carry on like players don't make mistakes in games.
No, but it happens. Mistakes happens, but it happens with Xhaka far too many times.
Nah, the guy had a good game, man. I'm sorry. Xhaka had a good game.
You're a fan of his, so I'm not a big fan of Xhaka's, but for me, you're being overly critical in a situation where you expect players to play perfect matches.
It's not. I'm not asking for perfect. No, but I've seen this with Xhaka. I've seen this with Xhaka getting caught up.
It's not the first time he's done it.
Yes, I'm pointing it out.
It's not the first time he's done it.
But what was it? His fault? Was it?
It wasn't just his fault.
Was it the pass? Was it his pass that led to?
There was a. You know what the thing is? There's a series behind every goal. Unless it's like a series of mistakes. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Before every goal, unless it's a 30-yard strike that goes top corner. There's always a series of mistakes that lead to every goal.
Of course.
So the first mistake was Xhaka being out of position.
I'm pointing it out.
Somebody else should have covered him. The second mistake was Bellerin allowing Foden to cut inside him.
The
third mistake
easily
was Leno pushing the ball out to Sterling.
Harry.
So, yes, Xhaka made a mistake, but that is not the goal could have been cut out at any other point before it was in the back of the net.
That's exactly what I'm trying to point out, Gab.
No, you weren't. You're saying Xhaka.
It's like you pinpointed Xhaka.
I'm pinpointed, but I'll get into that. I was trying to get through the whole goal, right? I was getting to the.
Well, it just seemed to me that you was
seen time and time again
putting sole blame.
No, it's not just him that had the mistake, right? The positional sense of him wasn't great, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, as well, other players should have the IQ to say, he's out of position, get back on in position, right? And Bellerin, whatever you do, don't let the guy come inside.
Well,
right? Don't let the guy come.
Well, you know Bellerin already.
And we spoke about the keeper before, right?
Mm-hmm.
That stupid parry that he does right into the danger zone.
Well, Emmy, who left and who knows how he would have done it, his forte was parrying the ball and the ball stopping dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, who knows how he'd have done if he'd have played yesterday. Yeah. It's a moot point.
Yeah.
But this is something that Leno definitely has to work on. To be fair, I don't really know where else he could have pushed it. The shot was hard enough, so it would have been a bit much to ask for him to catch it.
Yeah.
I don't know where else. I tried to look. I rewound the stat segment and I tried to look where else he could have pushed it. There wasn't much else.
There's not much else he could have done.
No, there wasn't much else he could have pushed it.
And
but I think
fairness,
the series of mistakes
that led to the goal.
Was the
absolutely
Bellerin, where Bellerin, you know, allowed Foden to. But I think that diving in again is down to Bellerin losing his pace. You know, if he'd have been able to rely on his pace to take a few steps and catch him up, he wouldn't have been so easy to step inside. Mm-hmm. He went to ground, didn't he?
No, he didn't go to ground.
Is that the one where he went to ground? No, it was
that was the Sterling one. That was
where he went to ground. That was later on in the game.
Yeah. That was just he just got done.
But yeah, he allowed him to get past him and cut back inside him way too easy.
Yeah,
that was. But like I've said, I don't expect Bellerin to be here in 2 windows. He's here. You haven't got better.
Yeah, he's defending.
Hopefully, Bellerin will fix up. But
yeah.
But look,
but it's carry on.
It's the way City moved the ball quick. City and Liverpool moved that ball quick.
Yeah.
So before you know it,
they caressed the ball as well.
They're in your half.
But I thought we dealt with that. I looked at the game and I was actually very surprised at how we contained City.
Mm-hmm.
Their football, you know, they weren't with their main man, Kevin De Bruyne, who would have added, the cherry on top. But I thought that we contained City them very well, even with all their assets in play. You know, what's his name? Bernardo Silva. He was not anonymous, but we had him under. He was very.
But I thought Bernardo Silva. What I was a bit annoyed about with us, but I suppose we let that happen, is that he was carrying the ball from deep and really charging.
Yeah.
Like eating up the ground, and I was thinking, oh my God, he's doing it to Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, that's.
Does someone not see this? But then Arteta, made sure.
But he's quick.
He locked.
He's quick with the ball.
He's quick.
He's quick with the ball at his feet, as opposed to Xhaka and
Ceballos,
who were very slow anyway. Yeah. If Partey had played, I think Partey would have dealt with him.
Yeah.
But that's the quality that he's got.
I think it's between the lines where they hurt us. You know, they have several players and
ball carriers. And that's what we need. We need ball carriers.
They have players who plays those decisive balls where it really hurts, right?
And we're still learning.
Yeah, but we dealt with all that. I was really surprised at how we dealt. You consider where we were 6 months ago when we played them and they pulled us to pieces.
Yeah.
To the game yesterday. In that short period of time, we've moved a lot further up. And we, in truth, we could have come out of that game with a draw and nobody would have said Arsenal didn't deserve that.
We had the chances. We had two just before halftime. I think that's
their keeper. The keeper made some good saves.
Yeah. Well, the one from Saka was fantastic save.
If that was Aubameyang, I think that would have gone in the back of the net. Aubameyang would have probably put it through his legs.
Yeah. Which one?
The Saka one.
The Saka one.
I think it
was on his weaker foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he done well.
Because I don't think the keeper knew much about it, because just hit him in the shoulder. They just came out.
Just smother.
Just hit him there. Yeah, he just came out and just hit him there. Because I thought
fine margins, but
those are the fine margins.
Margins
that we've closed the gap on. Because like we said, and everybody else has said, or most reasonable Arsenal fans have said, a few months ago, a year ago, 2 seasons ago, we'd have been walloped 3-0.
Of course,
there was. And City would have been, it'd have been a training session for City.
Yes. Look.
And it wasn't, because City, at the end, Nathan Ake was booked for wasting time.
Yeah,
So they were trying to run down the clock.
They were happy. They were under pressure.
Of course.
Right.
And going 1-0 down, sorry to interject, but going 1-0 down. How many times have we gone 1-0 down? Yeah. Then in the next 5, 2.
Yeah.
Another 5 after that, 3. And then the game is out of sight.
Yeah, some good saves from the keeper. Yeah.
Yeah. But the game is out of sight. But it was, what I liked about it was that we were resolute. And this is a game that one person from another platform said, and I agree with him, I can take this defeat on the chin because I saw signs of improvement.
Mm-hmm. It was all about the performance. It was, for me, it was about I was looking at the performance. If we'd have won, I'd have been shocked. Excuse me. If we'd have won, I'd have been shocked, but I wanted to see the performance. I expected us to lose, maybe at a stretch come away with a draw.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting a win or a draw, really. I was expecting a loss, but I wanted to see the manner of our loss.
Yeah.
And the manner of our loss said to me, we're a club that's making strides. The way Man City struggled, the way we passed through Man City's press at times was great.
Yeah.
And you can see that
we're just lacking.
Yeah, that final third.
That's
creativity in the cutting edge.
In the final third, which will be addressed next window.
Yeah.
And you know what?
That's what I think. Yeah.
For me, it was a case of we went toe to toe with Man City. We pressed them
and Liverpool.
High. Well, more so in this game. We pressed Man City high.
It's Man City.
They pressed us high. Liverpool. We pressed them high. Where with Liverpool, we were a bit more
and we allowed
cautious.
Liverpool to come on to us.
We were a bit more cautious. But with this one, it was like, okay, you do your best, we'll do our best. And for me, it was like the Arsenal-Man United games of old, where it was two teams. We're clearly on the ascendancy. Man City are up where they are. Who knows which direction they're going to go in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But we're a team on the ascendancy, and you could see that Man City, when we had
they were weary.
Yeah, when we had the ball, and that goes back to your point of Pep moving Kyle Walker to centre back to cover him, because number one, he knew that 1-on-1 against Aubameyang, Walker. After what we saw in the FA Cup semi-final, Walker wasn't up to the job. But if you moved him across, he had the pace and the recovery just in case Aubameyang did get away. You had the legs to get across. But in a one-on-one with Aubameyang, he wasn't up to the job.
Yeah,
and that for me says Klopp knows this is a team that could and would have caused him issues.
Yeah, and that's what it was. And you know, with teams like Liverpool and City, like I said, they're up there. And once they suffer, bad defeats, they want to get back on track again.
Yeah.
And they know that we're silently coming up. And they can't take their eye off us. So it was a case of, we got beaten by Leicester. Leeds gave us a tough game when we went away to Leeds.
Yeah.
Now, Arsenal, we host Arsenal. This is a team in transition.
Yeah.
This is a team in form. Like it or not, they're in form. So we've got to, and Pep would have had his team talk during the week, the build up, the week to the game, and they would have said, look, this is what they do. This is their weakness. This is their strength. And then Arteta would have said during the week, right, this is what they like to do. They like to do this. They like to do X, they like to do Y, and they like to do Z. So what it was, for both teams, it was a case of, right, chess.
Yeah.
And Arteta spotted, okay, they're having too much joy.
Yeah.
Here.
I would have liked Arteta to go a little bit more earlier.
I get it.
Right.
I get what you're saying, but we would have get exposed.
Because
the caliber of opposition.
We'll get
the caliber of opposition.
Thing is,
you've got to, it's that caginess.
Yeah.
And what did we say previous?
Yeah.
Games previous, seasons previous to this. Why can't we just be, cagey? Yeah. Why can't we do a Mourinho where we're boring?
100%.
I would take a 1-0. I would take a 2-1.
That was the plan.
We're playing that type of football against these teams.
Yeah.
And it's a case of, nah, man, We should have been more adventurous, and then get your pants pulled down.
Yeah,
come on, man.
But I would have liked to one.
Why
thing,
is Pep play? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Why is Arteta? Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Why is he playing 3 at the back? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll play 4. We'll play 2 centre backs and 2 wing backs. Okay, he's done that. Aubameyang should be playing down the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
He gave you that. What next? Partey.
He was much more.
Why is Partey not playing?
I think from the Liverpool game, I think from the Anfield game, he was much more.
Why is Gabriel not playing? Okay, he's playing now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The man is learning on the job. It's
Absolutely.
a point that Gabe's made.
Yep.
The man is learning on the job. He's Pep's cone man, remember?
Mm-hmm.
11 months, just shy of 11 months into his role as a manager. And it's not, Arteta.
Yeah.
Questioning the man already. The man's got us 2 pieces of silver within how many months?
It comes parcel with a job, Lee. You know, you're at a top club, you face.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
but you see me, I'm not going to be dogging this man.
Absolutely.
Because he's answered a lot of questions and he's solved a lot of problems. Yeah. And remember, we still haven't got that team that he wants. We're still working
towards that, but
with players from the Wenger era.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
100%. But I would have liked us to just release the shackles a little bit earlier. Because they were they are not as confident at the back as
everyone keeps on saying that.
That's gonna come. Yeah. That will come for me as the season goes on.
So I thought that we showed Liverpool a little bit too much respect, but they deserve it. They're the champions. But I wanted us in the last half an hour just to
do what?
Go for throats.
What are you talking about? I don't get.
Go for throats.
Go for what throat?
Is this exactly what?
Explain what you mean.
I watched.
Break it down.
I watched the Leicester game, right?
Here we go again with Leicester.
Yeah. No. But
here we go again with Leicester.
Leicester versus Manchester City.
Here we go again with Leicester.
But what I liked about the game, because I watched their game a few days ago.
Which one?
The Etihad one, right? And they played a very cagey system, 4-5-1. I think it was just Vardy up front. It was very cagey, and you could not see the game ending 5-2. Like, it was a very cagey game, right? But it was once they realized that there's a problem with they just went there. They just went for fraud. So I would have liked us.
Yeah, but that's Leicester.
Fair enough.
Leicester, who are more versed in their system than we are.
Thank you.
They got 2 penalties in that game as well. So take away those 2 penalties. That's 3-2.
Arteta is naturally cautious.
I don't think Arteta's naturally cautious.
He's a cautious manager. He's
not naturally cautious. We don't know anything about Arteta's naturalism.
We've seen
with the team that he's inherited.
From what we've seen, right?
With the team that he's inherited.
Bingo.
If he wasn't naturally cautious, he wouldn't start Xhaka and
well, who else is he going to start then?
Mo.
Who else is he? What other options has he got in the middle of the pitch?
He had options.
He picked the right midfield, man. Everyone keeps on going on about.
Hold on. If you're saying that
the Anfield game,
okay, against Anfield, if he was less cautious, who would he have played?
I wouldn't have played El Neni.
Well, who would you have? I'm asking, who would you have played then?
I would not start him and Ceballos.
Okay, so he started Ceballos
and
Xhaka yesterday. What's the problem?
No.
What's the problem?
No. I'm just talking about
against Liverpool.
No. I said he's a cautious manager.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. We're going. We're on the road and the track and the path of that. You're talking about the midfield. He was cautious in selecting El Neni and Xhaka in the Liverpool game.
Yes.
He picked Ceballos.
Yes.
And Xhaka yesterday. What's the problem?
There's no problem there. But what I wanted to see at a certain point in the game,
he was cautious yesterday. Yet still, he put 3 attacking players.
Conceding a second goal would not
3 attacking players
change the way I thought about the game.
All he done, which Liverpool do anyway. He put Willian in up front.
Yeah.
That's 3 attacking players. He wasn't being cautious. He put 3 attacking players. Now, Liverpool do it. That's Man City do it.
That's not cautious.
Sterling
that's not cautious.
was
that's
replaced for Aguero.
No,
Sterling, who's a winger, got replaced for Aguero. And Sterling was now a forward, a false nine.
Coming back to that Willian thing, why do we insist on playing our number 1 striker on the left?
That's how it goes, mate.
Right?
That's how it goes. Teams are doing that.
No,
teams are doing that. That's how it goes.
How effective would he have been yesterday up against Kyle Walker in the middle of the pitch? Down the middle, I should say. He seems to be pretty effective from the left-hand side. So
that's where he's getting his goals.
Why would you change it?
He's not.
What do you mean he's not?
Vardy's not on.
Well, that's
left.
Vardy. Vardy's in a different system.
He's in a different system, mate.
Harry Kane's in a different system.
He's your chief striker. He's the one person that you want.
And how many goals
chances.
has he scored?
He's the one striker that you want, the one player in our team that you want the chances falling to. So you have to. He's central.
It works at the moment. I suppose once if Arteta decides to change his mind and he gets a different kind of player, he may change him. But at this moment in time,
no, it works against smaller teams. It doesn't work against big teams.
Yeah, but hold on.
What do you mean? Didn't he score a goal against Manchester City?
And did we win the FA Cup because of it?
I'm talking about this season.
The season's 4 games old.
There are two matches that we played.
Jamal.
Yeah.
August to October.
Yes.
We have played City,
yes,
Liverpool, and Chelsea.
Yep.
And we've played City twice and Liverpool twice. Yep. Well, 3 times now. Yep. And we've been successful.
They're ready for you now.
We've been successful.
They know they're ready for that
Aubameyang,
down the left.
With Aubameyang playing on the left.
They're ready for you now.
What about Henry? Henry played on the left.
He's a different kind of player, right? Because he naturally came through as a left.
The modern game now, the game as it stands now, Harry Kane is just not central. He will operate on the right, he'll operate down the middle, and he'll operate on the left. Same as Son.
No, but Harry Kane's got Son.
Same as, what's the other one's name? Mora, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. I do agree that I'd like to see him down the middle.
We understand. We understand. But that's how the modern games goes.
I just
and he's effective on the left-hand side.
The thing is, he is the one player. James. He is the one player that you want chances falling to. And it happened with the Nketiah. It happened with Lacazette, right?
But you're picking out. Sorry to cut you, Jamal. You're picking out incidents where Aubameyang may have been if he was playing down the middle. There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee. Of course,
exactly.
There's no guarantee anything that we saying would have happened, right?
So him playing on the left at this moment in time is working fine.
I think in this game, if you're gonna go with a focal point, I would choose either him or Lacazette. Honestly.
Yeah, I didn't understand the need for Willian, but it was what it was. Just like Lee says, he was playing chess, but we don't have the pieces in the box for him to try and be cute like that. If Martinelli was playing, if Martinelli was fit, maybe he could have played Martinelli instead of Willian straight down the middle.
Yeah.
But we don't have the pieces in the box.
Back in training, which is good.
Yeah.
We don't have the pieces in the box.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen Willian play down the middle for Chelsea.
No,
I hope Arteta's not doing a Wenger and starting to put square.
No, he's not. He's not.
But you know, it was what it was. Willian looked
out of his depth,
out of place down the middle.
He did.
If anything, Pepe should have gone down the middle.
Yeah,
I would have said
he played down the middle.
But
before.
he's not robust enough to have gone up against Kyle Walker.
And
they'd have bounced him like a basketball.
And Willian, let's have it right, he's not been effective operating down the right hand side. Down the middle when we played Sheffield United, Willian, once the shackles were let off, released from the shackles, playing central, and carrying that ball, bringing that ball, he was effective. So I think Arteta thought
when he got switched over and Pepe
came down the channel. So I think he was thinking, right, similar, Willian, come in central, taking the ball from deep, from Ceballos or Xhaka, and then running, charging, and then, you know, you have your Pepe and your Aubameyangs cutting in.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he envisioned in his head, but it just didn't come off. It didn't come off. But I don't think he's going to do a Wenger. I hope so. I believe in this guy. I believe in this guy. It may come back to haunt me. It may come back to, you know, my comments may come back to, I may rue these comments, but I believe in Arteta. And I could see what he was trying to do both in the Liverpool game and and then in this game.
Yeah.
And I believe in him, and I don't believe he's going to do a Wenger.
No, I'm not saying he's going to do a Wenger. I just said I don't want him putting players out of position. That's what I don't want to see from him.
Of course.
Because it's just pointless. Play players where they're comfortable and effective. And William down the middle is not, or as an attacker down the middle, as your focal point down the middle, it was just a pointless waste of a player.
I think if you're Pepe,
Pepe, again, what was Pepe's role when you're looking at somebody like Bernardo Silva, and then you're looking at Pepe, and it's like, you've been here now for over a season, and you're still carrying on with the same, ineffectiveness.
But you have to, you have to give Pep that one, because Nathan Ake was on him.
Yeah,
he nullified Pepe's threat.
Yeah, but keep it simple, right? You get Pepe.
Look, I'm not making an excuse for him. I'm just saying you've got to give it to Pep. For the Walker, the Walker move,
the Walker move,
and the Ake move.
But the thing is, what I like about Pep is he instills simplicity in these players, right? So number one, don't give the ball away. Right? No matter where you are, if you have to dribble, but give and go. Right?
And Pepe doesn't do that. Pepe wants to take on everybody.
He wants to, like, ever since that tag was like on him, he believes he's an £80 million player, so he has to do something special. No, you don't. Right? Get Liverpool. Is Shaka's open? Pass it to him.
We'll see in the next few games. Watch how Nathan Ake will get pulled apart by somebody at Sheffield United or
Adama Traore or something like that.
Somebody's going to turn him to shreds, and you'll be thinking, how the hell? Why can't you do this,
but
Pepe?
This brings up the point, right, where people are saying, why ain't Pepe starting? You know, when they start this nonsense. Oh, Pepe needs to start, man, because he scored against Sheffield United. Yeah. This is a different proposition in Man City. You've been given your chance. This is what the fans wanted. Look what happened. I still think with what Ake done to him yesterday, I still think that's a masterstroke from Pep. But I'm just saying, people call for these players and call for this system. When it's given to you, what happens? I'm just saying.
But Pepe is that weight and anchor around Pepe's neck is going to be his downfall for me. Yeah, because he's not an £80 million player. He doesn't look like he's improved from last season that much. For me, this season he needs to be dropping 15 goals in the league. He's not going to. Well, I don't think he's going to get 15 goals. He needs to be more consistent when he's up against the left back, regardless of who it is. Yeah, you're going to have games where you're not playing well or the defender's that much better than you. Tailor your game accordingly.
Yeah.
You haven't got the beating of Nathan Ake this time.
Yeah. Make it simple.
Draw him in, get him to foul you, then he's going to stand off. Mm-hmm. But Pepe, and it's like, then you look at somebody like Bernardo Silva who's just carrying the ball willy-nilly up the pitch, drawing a foul, and then all of a sudden it's like, shit, we've got a free kick.
Look at Mahrez.
Another David Silva.
Mahrez.
Foden. Sterling. That's where you start seeing the
quality,
the difference. They had four? No, they had two. Silva, Foden, Sterling, Mahrez. 4 ball carriers on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many ball carriers have we got?
And this is the difference.
Yeah. One
that
in
was
Pepe,
the difference.
if that, or half in Pepe.
Yeah.
Half a ball carrier.
Yeah.
The game is moving away from dribblers, right? The game is moving away. So when you get the ball, you're far more useful if you release it first, quick.
The game's not moving away from dribblers.
It's moving away from dribblers.
Why have Man City got 4 dribblers then?
No, there was not a lot. Like, we attempted more dribblers than them.
No, they've got better dribblers.
They got better dribblers, but the thing is they move the ball so quick.
Yeah, obviously
Right?
the ball moves faster than anybody can run, but your dribbler always, if you've got 4 dribblers and all of them are good, like Man City have, all it takes is for one of them to take a player out of the game, and then that changes your whole lineup of your team because somebody has to step out to come and attack them. We've only got one in Pepe, and they dealt with him and put him in the back pocket as the style. But they've got 4.
All right, okay.
Aubameyang can't dribble. Aubameyang is a kick and run merchant.
Successful dribbles, right? They had 10, we had 9, which is not bad.
But my point is, you said the game is going away from. Hold on.
Yeah.
You said the game is going away from dribblers. It's not going away from dribblers. You have to get better dribblers. You need
That's
top
bottom line.
Top class dribblers who are effective.
Looking at the game, looking at that game, I think the difference was they were moving the ball quick. They're moving the ball quick.
Yes, they obviously have passing.
But they had ball carriers.
When the need was there in the final third to take people on.
Yeah.
Who would they have? They had Foden.
Yeah.
They had Mahrez.
Yeah.
They had Sterling.
They had better players. Yeah.
Better ball carriers.
Yeah.
And dribblers.
Which we don't have. We have passers. We can pass the ball all day long. But at some point,
we need someone to carry.
Someone who's going to take somebody on.
Yeah.
And we only have that in Pepe at the moment.
You can't deny it. That's why Barcelona are so effective.
Saka's very effective.
Saka's good, but he's, I'm not going to place too much.
Because he's learning. He's learning on the job as well.
Player. He was our best.
He got past,
quite a few of them.
What's his name? A few times.
Yeah, he was carrying the ball. He was dribbling.
Yeah. And he had that great chance. But, Pepe, I still think there's a good player there, but he just needs to simplify his game.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. I will agree with you.
He needs to simplify his game that you don't need to dribble every time.
Yeah.
Right? Just be more effective and release the ball early because there was several situations where he didn't need to dribble, right? And then they swarm around him and they take the ball.
Yeah.
And also, Pepe needs to make more of an effort when closing down the goalkeeper. I noticed Edison, the goalkeeper's called Edison, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Edison had the ball and he was looking for a pass, and Pepe would do a half-hearted attempt to close him down.
Yeah.
Whereas, with Aubameyang would be running at full pelt.
And almost caught him out.
Exactly.
Almost caught him out.
Everything Pepe seems to do seems to be
half-hearted. Yeah.
He's half-hearted in his tackles. He's half-hearted getting back. He's half-hearted closing the keeper down. It's like fans notice these things.
Yeah.
We look at somebody and we look at you and we think, well, why are you...
Yeah.
All you need to do is put in more effort.
Yeah.
He has the pace to close the keeper down, especially when the keeper was looking this way and the keeper was looking to his right and Pepe is coming from his left. And it's like, if you'd have made an effort, you could have got there.
You could have got there, yeah.
Got there. On 2 occasions, I noticed.
And he's quick,
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
The guy can move.
Very quick. He's got everything. He can finish.
Yeah, he can move, man.
He's got all the attributes, but he just needs to. I think Arteta will probably sit him down and say, "Listen, you're not a kid, right? Right? I want you to do certain things in the game. The
non-negotiables.
Right?
He's probably said that to him already.
That closing down that you're talking about. That's your bread and butter right there. Like, he should be on that keeper, killing that. Trying to get that, because Mane, how many goals has he got from
through determination, cutting down, closing down? He closes down anyone. He's rapid. He's on you.
So
Mane is on you. Wing back, centre back, goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's something about Pepe. I'm sorry, but he's got the rest of this season to.
He doesn't feel
impress me, but I'm slowly going off of him, and I'm just thinking, that £80 million could have been spent better elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. So, Gabs, what did you? Anything else you need to add about the game?
Yeah, I've said more or less everything. I thought we played well. I thought we pressed Man City into mistakes. I think we were a team on the up.
Yeah.
I think that Manchester City tried to press us. We got caught maybe 2 times, I think. But I was mightily impressed by the way we escaped City's press. Bit by bit, the Arteta's methods are sinking into the team.
Yeah.
They weren't panicking when Man City were pressing us. There was always an out ball.
Yeah.
I was impressed with Gabriel. I thought his passing was fantastic. I loved the way he blocked off my man. Was it Bernardo Silva?
Bernardo Silva, yeah.
I thought that was fantastic. Even though Gary Neville and whoever it was, Jeff Shreves, were saying, "Oh, that's a foul."
No, it wasn't a foul.
Gary Neville was waxing lyrical about Man City way too much.
Yeah, I thought I thought we held our own. I thought it was a fair 1-0 performance.
Yeah.
For me, it spoke about a team on the up and up, a team that's improving. We stood toe to toe with Manchester City, and another day we could have come out of that with a 1-1 draw or even a 2-2 draw.
Yeah,
and it reminded me of like we've always said, the way Chelsea crept up when they were coming before Mourinho arrived. You knew Chelsea were coming because the games against them were getting more and more difficult.
3-2,
they were
2-1.
getting tougher and tougher and tougher. And that game was a tough game for Manchester
and then
City.
they knocked us out of the Champions League.
That was a tough game for City. And I looked at that and said, another season under the belt. Next season we go again. Within maybe not next season, but definitely the season after, we'll take City home and away. We'll beat them home and away. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah. And just to add on to that, sorry, you was going to say something?
Yeah, that penalty that wasn't given, I found that weird that they wouldn't even look at it on the.
It's one of those, isn't it?
On the screen,
again, that's like. I can't remember who said, but they said we should have complained more.
Yeah. No, I said that the last episode when the Anfield game when we surrounded Mane.
I said that a long time ago. Arsenal don't complain or moan about anything. We need to moan, make life difficult for the referee. Yeah. It's part and parcel of the game now.
Yeah,
teams do it to us.
Yeah,
Gabriel needs to learn that side of the game because he just did a little. You need to be screaming.
You have to be screaming and put pressure on.
Yeah, because that was a high foot, dangerous play.
It was dangerous.
Penalty.
Yeah, it was dangerous. It was a penalty.
Yeah,
it was a pen.
And my argument is they wouldn't even look at it.
Yeah, but that's how decisions are going these days.
Yeah,
the referee. Well, not the referee. Arteta. I don't know whether it's in his locker.
He did ask. He said he did ask the referee.
But there's one thing asking and there's another thing doing a Fergie. Coming on, spitting and ranting and raving, your eyes bulging, and
turn on that blow dryer on you.
Yeah, you need to put the referee under pressure. Listen, I'm going to report you.
Yeah, you're a disgrace.
So in the second half, he's on tenterhooks.
Yeah.
You have to employ the dark arts.
Yeah.
You have to go, you have to employ Voldemort. Get some Harry Potter black magic and employ the dark arts on the referee.
I was waiting for Lord Vader to appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. And just to add on to that, like I said, I've taken this result on the chin.
Yeah.
Because I was pleased with the performance. I know that we're lacking creativity and a cutting edge, like we've pointed out in the show. And I believe in this manager. I think he's going to take us to the next level. And like Gabe said, I envision us beating City and the big wigs in a few seasons' time. But what I want, and it's not having a stab and a dig at Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
it calls for patience. Yes, we're frustrated. Several times we've come up against teams who were there for the taking.
Yeah.
You know, i.e. your Manchester United last season at Old Trafford. They were there for the taking and we didn't do it. But this calls for patience. You know, yes, on paper, no De Bruyne, no Jesus. Aguero's just come back.
Yeah.
They've been beaten by Leicester. They've drew against Leeds. Yeah, we get that. But
still
it calls for patience.
We're on our own journey. There's no point us
exactly
looking at Leicester and saying, well, Leicester have beaten them, or looking at Leeds and saying, well, Leeds have drawn with them. We are on our own private journey that we need to take certain steps to get to move forward.
We need to stay in our lane.
Yeah.
And don't expect big things. You know, we take what we get. We took the FA Cup after, let's face it, a poor finish. For several years, since 94, 95, we haven't finished as low as we had done last season.
Yeah.
It was only the FA Cup that kind of papered over the cracks of a terrible season last season.
Yeah.
So if we finish, let's say, and I believe we can finish higher, but if we finish 5th, that's better than last season, 8th. Yeah. So we have to understand this. It's going to take a while. Let the man who's learning on the job, let him make mistakes. He's trying. And what he's doing so far is a good job. We've got 2 pieces of silver from a shocking season. For goodness sake. That's all I ask. That's all I ask is just patience. Yes, we are going to be frustrated. Why didn't we beat this team, man? Arteta should have done this. This player should have done that. Why is he starting him? He's going to make mistakes, but it's patience. And we've come a long way from being in the darkness, in the doldrums. So, sorry, rant over. Arsenal fans, Magic Hat listeners, I'm not having a go at us. I'm just saying, please have patience with the process. Sorry, Jamal.
Yeah.
Sorry, Games. But I just had to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree that we need the patience. But if you,
what other option do people have? I don't see the point.
Yeah,
I don't see the point in people getting upset and saying we need this and we need that. We have no option other than to be patient. None of us have any influence on what is going to happen at Arsenal Football Club. All we can do is support the team.
Yeah,
support Arteta, like you said, and wait and watch. Just as in life, things take time. You don't go out and say, unless you're a multimillionaire, and even if you're a multimillionaire, you have to wait to make that money.
Exactly.
You might be a multimillionaire in life and say, I want that hat, but that money didn't just come to you.
Exactly.
You've had to go out and you've had to earn that money, and things take time. You want to build a house, you set the foundations. And that's where we are. We're setting the foundations for our house. And bit by bit, the house is getting stronger. And if fans can't see that, then I don't know what you're watching. Yeah.
And what you pointed out, Gabes, sorry to cut you, Jamal, but what you pointed out is that he's inherited a mess.
Absolutely.
He's come into a club that was a mess. And he's trying to turn things round.
Yeah.
And yes, I get the frustration, the impatience, because we've had the back end of the Wenger years.
Yep.
All right. Even though we won 3 FA Cups during those dark times, Tottenham, but even though we won that, it was still,
it wasn't what we wanted.
Shoddy times, poor times, dark times. Then Emery, he came. He tried, but he just wasn't up to task.
Yeah. He came, he tried, he left.
And he left.
Yeah.
Then you have Arteta, no managerial experience, like we pointed out in a few Magic Hat shows.
Yeah.
He's not a Pochettino. He's not a Mourinho. He's not an Allegri.
He's
Arteta. A cone man. Pardon the pun.
Well, he's no longer a cone man.
But, pardon the pun. But what we're saying is it just calls for patience. I know individual games will get us frustrated when we
like they did under Wenger.
I think you have to be crazy. I think you have to be crazy if you expected to go to Anfield and Etihad to actually win. Like,
not crazy.
No, like,
because
like your expectations are way too high.
You know, you if say like a Leeds one or Wolves one, you'd be like, whoa. But with Liverpool, when Arsenal are coming to town, it's not the same old.
It's
Arsenal are coming. This is 5-1. And at the Etihad, Arsenal losing. You know, when Wilshere and Diaby are playing as wingers,
and when Partey moves into that midfield and stakes his claim, right? It won't be. It will get a lot harder.
Okay,
well, that'll just be another foundation put in place.
Let's touch on the Partey.
Yeah.
Before we go into the who play for the badge, the player ratings, the manager ratings, let's touch on this because it seems to be on Twitter, Instagram, or any platform. Yeah. This seems to be the talking point. So let's discuss Thomas Partey only getting.
We're gonna party hard.
Yes.
Dum 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 dum.
Party hard.
Dum dum dum.
Tune.
Yeah. Exactly. So let's discuss 8 minutes of Thomas Partey and him not starting. Fire away.
Okay.
Dum 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 dum
dum. It was fine
dum.
for me. Yeah. I didn't expect him to start. I think Arteta would have been crazy to start with him.
Yeah. I think he played 2 full matches in 4 days, so it was unrealistic for him to actually start.
Even if he hadn't played, I
was actually surprised that he brought him on because I thought he'll probably bring some other play because I was actually surprised that he actually came on for, was it 7 minutes? Was it
8?
Was it 8? Yeah,
I wasn't. I was exactly more or less how I expected it to go. Yeah. Didn't expect him to start. I expected him to get some minutes, so just be gently introduced to the team,
to the
Premiership. You mean
to the Premier?
That beast that you call the Premiership.
So exactly how I went.
I think the interesting thing is Trippier said if there's any player more ready for the Premier League, it's Partey, because he actually was surprised. He said he was the one player when he came because he didn't know anything about him. He saw him on TV, but he said when you watch TV, he's not those players that will catch your eye, but when you play with him, right, you see his importance, right? So
and who said that?
Trippier. He was very impressed. So it's good.
I don't know what certain Arsenal fans are expecting. What do they expect him to start 90 minutes against Manchester City, your first game? Not even Pires did that.
They had it written out. He starts, gets an assist, gets a goal, we win the game.
Scores with his left foot, scores with his right foot, scores with his header.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And then gets sent off and it's like, it's written in the stars.
That's it. We've got Vieira back. We've got a Vieira back.
Yeah. Let Thomas Partey be Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
I hate all this. He could be the new Patrick Vieira. No, he's going to be the new Thomas Partey.
Exactly. Because, should he have a prosperous Arsenal career, another youngling with, similar characteristics and styles of play, he's the new Thomas Partey.
Yeah. Wasn't Diaby supposed to be the new Patrick Vieira?
Yeah, he was.
Rather than the new Abu Diaby?
Totally different player again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Nelka was supposed to be the new Maradona.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I'm surprised Ray Parlour came out with that comment. I thought that was a strange comment to make. It's like, just let him be who he is. He is Tom. His name is Thomas Partey.
What did he say?
Now you're saying he could be Arsenal's new Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, he's been saying that for time though.
But Partey, he likens himself to Michael Essien.
Yeah,
because that's his idol.
He's big, he's black, so he has to be the answer to our Patrick Vieira problem.
Yeah, who's the new? Where's the new Wayne Rooney then?
It just makes no sense.
But that was. I was certainly didn't expect any more than what happened.
Yeah.
No, and again, the next game, I don't even think he'll probably start the next game. I think maybe the game after that he'll probably start, but the next game he'll get a bit more.
A bit more minutes.
More minutes.
Just ease him in.
Exactly.
And look, a lot of people will say, why didn't Xhaka start? Where's Ceballos? And I've said that.
Yeah.
Where's Ceballos? Why isn't Ceballos on? Where's Xhaka? So it's unfair to say, well, right, what we're going to do, we're going to take out Xhaka. We're going to take out Ceballos. These are form players. These are form players. We've extracted El Neni. We've taken him out, and he's been playing well.
He's been playing well, yeah.
So you're saying.
Good player.
So, come on. Bed him in. Ease him in. This is not the same system as Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. Shout out to Martinelli. Have you seen him? He looks...
Yeah, he looks good. Ooh, he looks good. Can't wait for his return.
Yeah, he looks big.
So right. So have we got everything off our chest? Because I know I have.
Yeah, I think pretty much.
My chest was inflamed. I stood it up. Stood it up. So this is a segment. This is the part. We have the player ratings.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start with Leno.
Go on, you go first, Lee.
Right, Leno. I thought Leno had a good game. I know we discussed in the show that, he should have parried it elsewhere, but it would be hard to see where he could have parried it. I thought he made some crucial saves that kept us in the game. And I thought his performance was brilliant. I felt his distribution was better. I thought his passing out was much better. He had a swagger, he had a confidence. I'm going to give Leno a 7. I'm going to give Leno a 7. That's a good. Yeah. That's good. That's good. I liked his performance yesterday.
Yeah, I agree.
I was impressed.
I think I agree with you. I will also give him a 7. 4 good saves. The only gripe is the parry. That's it, but happens. His distribution was a little bit better. I would like for him to go work on those targeting wingers, like Edison was doing. Because he's got that quality.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think he had a solid game.
Yeah.
Happy with him. I'll give him a 7. How about you, Gab?
I'm going to give Leno an 8.5.
8.5, nice.
I thought he was probably our man of the match. One of our men of the match.
Yeah.
I was impressed with him, other than the highly overly critical with the goal. But like we said, there wasn't really much other places he could parry it to. So that goal could have been cut out any number of other points in the play. So I'm not going to, dig him out for that. But I'll give him an 8.5.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I would agree with that as well. So we're moving on to the right back. So we're going Hector Bellerin. So Bellerin, as much as he got caught out, Foden done him, and Raheem Sterling got him towards the end. I don't think he was that bad. I don't think he was as bad. Yeah. But he does need to cut out those mistakes. But he's got better. If that makes any sense, he's performing better than he usually has. I'm gonna give Bellerin a 6, and that ain't bad. I feel that he could overlap a bit more, but then I suppose that's down to the team, the opposition, the caliber and the level of opposition that he was facing. But all in all, I thought he done all right. I don't think he was terrible.
He had the most tackles in the game.
Yeah? How much?
4.
And what was his heat map?
Heat map was actually better than usual. He got forward a lot more.
And he was cutting in. What I liked about him, because he was put in, sorry to cut you, but he was put in some awkward situations where Leno had scooped the ball over the forward and Bellerin had to, take it down, and then he was surrounded by about 2 to 3 players. and his interchanging, his interlinks, link play was all right, and he was cutting in midfield, and his passing. I'm going to give Bellerin.
On the ball, he was very. I think he lost the ball the least out of all of us.
Yeah, Bellerin weren't too bad yesterday. 6.5, please.
Yeah.
6.5. I might even take that up to a 7.
Yeah, I would give him a 7.
Bellerin was good yesterday.
So you're adjusting yours to 7 and
take it to 7, man. 7, I say 7.
You're messing up my beautifully written scoreboard, man. Look,
a 7.
Yeah, got beaten easily a couple of times, but you playing against a high caliber team, you know. He's on the ball. He was very good. What was that last point that you made? About
when Leno passed it to him a few times, looped it up, and then he had to take it down, and then it gets surrounded by 2 to 3 players, and then cut in midfield, and interchanging.
So overall he had a good game. It's just that on the goal
there's moments, Hiram Skira moments.
Yeah, there was some he overcommits to certain when the easiest thing to actually do is just stay on your feet, bro. Right?
I get it, but that's good wing play from Sterling, where you anticipate a cross coming in, and he's just done you. Yeah. That happens to a lot of people.
He did that.
A lot of players.
So Hample slide.
It wouldn't have happened to Gabriel though.
No.
So what do you give him then, Jamal?
7.
Yeah, I'll give Bellerin a 7 as well.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty steady.
Yeah, I thought he was steady, man.
In this particular game, I think we need better than him, but in this particular game, he was steady.
Yeah. So,
who's next?
We move on to David Luiz. I think David Luiz was brilliant yesterday, man. 8.5 straight. I thought he dealt with what he had to deal with, his aerial, and considering that he was the last minute call up due to Rob Holding, getting that injury. I thought aerial challenges, he won them. He was showing leadership skills. I thought he was amazing, man, yesterday. All right, probably going over the top with the word amazing, but I thought he was good, man. I thought he was really, really good. Committed to the tackle. Didn't put a foot wrong, I should say. So 8.5 for David Luiz, man.
Absolutely, man. He won all his duels. His tackling was on point. His positionally, and I liked there was few instances where he came out into their mid. He closed down in the center circle. That I really like about him. That when he comes and closes down high, wins the ball and that sets the whole tone.
Yes, he won the ball high up the midfield.
Absolutely, yeah. So we didn't see the usual. Gabriel spoke about that. Those wayward passes that
the balloons.
The balloons. Yeah. The popping. The
ones that are filled up with helium.
Yeah, so we didn't it was much more controlled performance from him.
He was good.
Understood, came in late, right?
I didn't get why he was, he was left on the bench.
Because from what happened previous season, probably that's what I'm thinking. Because he did had a shocker there.
So what are you giving him?
I'm giving Luiz 8.
Yeah, I'll give Luiz an 8 as well. I thought he was pretty good. But the only thing I would complain about is he needs to stop taking free kicks.
Oh my goodness. Who gave him the free kick?
Oh, it was funny because a family member of mine, we were saying, Luiz, come away from that.
Hold on. Was
this
Pepe
is Pepe,
on the field?
Pepe and Willian.
Yeah, Pepe scored 3.
Pepe and Willian territory. Luiz.
Wow.
And so my cousin went, he's not taking it. He's going on. He's running up. I said, no, Willian.
The last time he scored a free kick, goal.
against Arsenal, I suppose.
No, when was it?
It was for Chelsea, probably.
It's probably for Brazil in the World Cup, innit?
No, in the Premier League. When was the last time he scored?
Was it against
what?
us?
I'm asking you who. I'm asking when.
The year?
Yeah.
I'm going 15. 5 years ago.
2016, probably.
Yeah, January 2017.
17, wasn't it?
Against who?
I think May.
January 2017 was the last time he scored a free kick.
I think I may have.
Why doesn't Arteta say to him, listen,
come away from that.
Move away from the ball.
Yeah.
You're clearly...
yeah.
You've clearly lost your ability
to
take free kicks.
Yeah. And it's how he takes them. Because my cousin goes, what was that? I said it was conversion.
He's trying to do this Ronaldo knuckleball nonsense. Just strike the ball properly because your free kicks are
It's side foot. It's side-footed and it just goes in one direction.
Yeah. For that alone, I should deduct him 4 points.
Lord Vader, I beg of you. Keep it to 8. I got Lord Vader.
Annoying the hell out of me with these free kicks. You're just wasting free kicks from good positions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to be generous and give him an 8.
Corners and free kicks, man. We need to sort that out.
We need dead ball specialists that are going to, their conversion, their completion and their success rate has to be high. We can't have David Luiz on our dead ball.
Yeah. But he did his job.
Other than that, that's why Lord Vader spared him.
Him and
this time.
The next guy that you're going to...
Right, so Gabriel. So Gabriel, he's getting a 9 for me because this guy, once again, leadership qualities, his passing ability, his ability to stay on his feet and not commit to reckless tackles.
Who put him down twice and he still managed to get the ball out for a goal kick or for a corner? Somebody, he slid in. I think it was against Mahrez. He slid in.
It was Mahrez.
Stummied him.
Yeah.
And then he still managed to get up while he was falling down and then still managed to block it. And I was like, that's my man.
Yeah. It was Mahrez. And then, what was it like? Bernardo Silva? Or Aguero.
And Mahrez was trying to manhandle him in the first half.
Move, man.
And he was just holding him.
Just holding him off.
Just there.
Ref.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this man. This man... there was 2 stray passes, but that's going to happen.
Quite a few, yeah.
That's going to happen, and that was down to the press.
I think it was the only game that he played where he didn't clock 90% possession.
But I feel that the midfielder should have helped him out more because he was looking for passing options.
Yeah,
and he didn't want to be predictable. Kieran Tierney's there, I'll pass it to you. He wanted more options, and I never saw the midfielder saying, "Give it to me." Yeah, I'm here. Because he either had to pass it to Tierney or David Luiz or Leno.
Absolutely.
And I don't think he wants to do that. I think like the last game where what we said is that he disguises his pass. So he'll go on, he'll act like he'll pass to Tierney, but then he's going to pass it to the, inside to the midfielder.
Yeah.
So.
And he's one of the main reasons why we looked better going forward as to the Anfield game.
Because and his long passing was quite decent as well. He dropped it on somebody's chest, if I remember.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, good improvement.
Yeah, of course. To what we have, that's a steal.
Yeah.
27 mil, and let's face it, a lot of teams wanted him. Yeah. And that is a brilliant steal, but we'll talk about that when we get to the transfer.
During the week, I saw somewhere, I can't remember who it was. I think it was an ex-Tottenham player was saying, we should have done better than Gabriel. It was like a poor buy. And I was thinking...
How did they work that out?
I was like, the guy's played, 5 games, 6 games? I was like, at least give the guy till the end of the season before you make any kind of judgment. Mm-hmm. But so far,
so good.
He's done well.
By the way, he's 22 million, not 27.
Fine. Even better.
Yeah. So what are you giving him, Jamal?
I'm giving him 8.5. Solid.
Solid 8.5?
Yeah.
I'm going to give Gabriel myself, I'm going to give him, I'd make him just slightly better than Leno, so I'll give him a 9.
Yeah.
Because I think it was between those two that were my men of the match. My men of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, moving on to Kieran Tierney. I love this boy.
Yep.
he's my boy. I love this boy, and I don't want no one telling me anything bad about this boy. I felt he just felt a bit short, but that wasn't his fault because you had someone as good as Mahrez, Walker. So once you have to, chaperone someone like Mahrez, that's not easy. And this boy relishes. He relishes these challenges. And I felt he done well. I felt he done as good as well as he could up against Mahrez. I'm going to give Tierney 7.
Yep.
Gary, Neville, Steady, Eddie, 7. Because I wanted him to get forward a bit more, but he couldn't because of the opposition that we're up against.
I think I liked him going forward than the other way in this game because I loved...
I thought defensively he was sound, personally.
I thought a couple of... I think his pressing was really good. Like, there was a couple of times when he went up, right? Closed down, him and Saka just swarmed the left back, the right back, and won the ball, and that's where Saka's chance came from. So going forward, he was really good. He understandably had a hard time with the right side of Man City, quality players. His passing wasn't as crisp as it was, but that's understandable. I would give him. What did you give him? 7, yeah. Yeah, I think I would give him for that game 6.5.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah. I think defensively he's a lot better. Right.
I'm going to give Tierney an 8 for that game.
Yeah.
I thought he played very well up against a very tricky player. I thought he was very good going forward. I thought he had a great opportunity, but he just overran the ball.
Yeah,
where his touch was too heavy. So that for me is like, if he'd have got the touch better, it would have been an interesting situation to see how it developed. That's an aspect of his game which is improving. So for me, I thought he had a good game. A good, difficult game.
Yeah.
He didn't wilt under the pressure.
Yeah.
When he needed help, you'd see him turn around and have a go at whoever needed having go at. And he stuck to his task. He's a resolute defender.
Future Arsenal captain.
Yes, he's a very resolute defender, and he dealt well with a difficult situation. So I'm going to give him an 8.
Okay, so we go into the midfield, and we're going with Dani Ceballos.
Yep.
So Ceballos, he tried. He was industrious. It just didn't come off for him in this game. But he wasn't poor. He wasn't shocking. And we needed him on, for the full game. Yeah. Because, with a player like Ceballos, he can pull something out of the hat. I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah.
I felt as much as he wasn't wasn't as effective as we would have wanted him to be. His performance for me is a 7.
Yeah. I think he had a quiet game, but he was efficient. He did his job.
Quietly efficient,
He still created a couple of chances. His passing was good. He won almost every tackle. But we wanted to see more driving from him.
It's hard. It's the opposition.
But it's a tough game. So I'll give him a good 7. I thought he had a quietly good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give Ceballos a 7.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I thought he had a quietly effective game, put in some big tackles at certain points in the game.
Yeah.
Pulled out some good passes, stuck to his job diligently. If only he was blessed with more pace, but he isn't. You know, he'd be the complete midfielder. He's got passing. He's got aggression in the tackle.
Yeah.
He's just unfortunate that he's quite slow, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
he wins a lot of tackles. Yeah,
he wins a lot of tackles. So against Manchester City, he did his job diligently. Worked well as a partnership with Xhaka. So yeah, I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, and then moving on to the player that you just mentioned, Xhaka.
Yep.
I'm going to give him a 7.5. I thought he had a good game, personally speaking. I thought, Xhaka, I would see him, off camera, helping out the forwards in the press, helping the defence when they needed to. I felt positionally he was aware, apart from, like you said, the goal. But I felt he done really well. He was vocal. He feels a part of this team, as opposed to, several months ago. Yeah. And I thought Xhaka done well, personally.
Yeah, he's done well.
I thought he done really well.
So what would you give him?
7.5. Sorry, 7.5.
7.5, yeah. Yeah, I would give him a 6.5. It was a typical Xhaka game. Passing very good. Tackling lacking.
Done some nice through balls.
Yes.
Interceptions as well.
Creative side, it's weird. For a player with his kind of accuracy, I think I would like him to play more decisive inward passes rather than he always looks for the long diagonal, right? Sometimes it would be easy just to play a straight line, the heart of the midfield. But then that depends on the actual options. But yeah, he had a steady game. I think I'll give him a 6.5. What do you think, Gab?
I'll give him a 7. Yeah, I think it was
standard performance.
Standard performance from Xhaka. Nothing.
No frills, no spills. Just
nothing exceptional.
Yeah,
typical Xhaka.
Xhaka.
Yeah, which is good then.
Yep.
That means he's been consistent.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to, if you'd like to call it, a third midfielder, which is Bukayo Saka.
Yep.
So Bukayo, for me, that's another one of my boys. Someone from the academy who's growing. He's growing up well. Come off international duty. And just this boy, like I said, the superlatives. I could not believe he is the age he is, and sorry for calling him a boy, but that's what he is.
He's playing like a man. Yeah.
Yeah. This boy, I'm gonna give him. It's on the verge of 7.5 to 8 because he was really. I thought when we needed someone to really drive and bring it to them defensively, he was good to me. He was solid. He backed up Kieran Tierney, and offensively, he was on the move. I'm going to have to give him an 8, man. I'm going to give him an 8 because I liked his performance.
I think in a game that big for him to perform like that is just fantastic.
Yeah, I liked his performance.
Yeah, he had an all action game. Defensively.
Yeah. Defensively,
he dribbled like Pepe should learn from him, right? Right. So you don't need to dribble every time. Sometimes where it's warranted,
keep it simple. Yeah,
keep it simple. Like he knows is that instinct with him is a joy to behold.
Sorry, and for someone so young to be given the responsibility to be playing left wing
and the composure
as the third midfielder, as the third holding midfielder. To play right wing, it's testament. Left back,
and he's so calm because that chance that he created himself, right? Played 1-2 with was it Uber, right?
Yeah,
right. And when he came inside, I'm thinking, he's gonna do something crazy. He's gonna shoot now. No, he plays a 1-2, comes back, takes two players out of the game, right? And he was unlucky that. I don't think Edison had any clue what actually happened. He just hit him on a short. He was in a great save. Right, okay. He's very unlucky. That should have been a goal, but he created it, right? And that just sums up everything about it. He's my man of the match. I'll give him a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give young Bakayo 8.5. Very good game up against Kyle Walker. Got past Kyle Walker a couple of times with quick feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got the better of him. Like I say, he helps out at the back.
Got dragged down, hauled down.
Yeah, he didn't complain. Every game he seems to be getting stronger and stronger. The shot was a nice shot.
Yeah. On his weaker foot.
Yeah. The other one with the left foot where he lashed it at Edison.
Yeah.
I'd like to have seen him go across for the far post, but that's being very picky.
Yeah.
That will come with time.
And
he went for the power.
And in a role that he hasn't played before. I don't think he played in a midfield 3 before.
Yeah, yes. Brighton was the first time he done it.
Brighton, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to give Saka an 8.5.
Okay, so moving up.
Can't push it to a 9.
No 9s for me for him.
9s. If he would have scored, it would be a 10.
If he'd have scored, it would have been if he'd have scored, it would have got a 9.
No, that's a brilliant mark.
Yeah.
For Saka. And then we go to the right hand side, which is Nicolas Pepe. So Pepe, I'm gonna say, like I said in the beginning of the show, the Magic Cat show. I'm gonna say that Ake done a good job on Pepe, but I must say that I have seen this performance from Pepe too often.
Yep.
And I feel that he has the ability to do more. And I don't think he's giving more.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And like you said, Jamal, you touched on it. Simplicity.
Yeah.
You know, because even when you watch someone like Leroy Sané for Man City, I haven't seen him in Bayern Munich colours, but if you look at Sané, you look at Sterling, it's not every time they go to dribble. It's give and go.
It is.
It's knock down a line on their bike. Difference, you know, like Mahrez. And Mahrez is, you know, you can liken the two.
Yeah.
But how Mahrez does it, because Mahrez wants to come on his left foot. But Mahrez, he's very cute. And Pepe needs to be cute. Because there was a incident, sorry to waffle on, but there was an incident where we had got the ball, we had won the ball from a corner, and Pepe comes with this Mr. Burns header, and he put it right on the foot of the opposition.
Yeah, right on the edge of the box.
Right on the edge of the box, and I'm thinking, you could have done a simple takedown there. I'm talking like I can perform that. I can't, but I'm saying, use your noodle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Be more economical with the ball. Be, you know, more protective over that. And it's just certain things that Pepe does. And I'm not knocking him over the head, by the way. But there's just certain things that he does that I feel he could do more of. So for me, Pepe, 6.5.
I think you're very... Okay, 6.5 is very generous. I wouldn't give him a 6.5 because I think I'm just looking at him here. He had 64% passing success rate.
That's not bad.
No, that's the lowest in the team.
But okay,
right?
That's more than half, though.
It's more than half, but you like in modern football, you need to aim higher.
Okay,
right.
What's his heat map saying?
His heat map was okay. He went up and down, but
I clocked him doing some defensive work, so I'm not even going to knock him.
Had to
for that, but I expect to see more from him.
One thing Arteta will not like was just giving the ball away. Okay, even if you're not having a great game, you need to caress that ball. You need to take care of that ball. He's dribbling. I think he had 4 dribbles, two success. Okay, but just release him like
Saka.
Yeah, just release it. Like you don't need to dribble every. Just your timing of the dribble is very important. He had 3 shots. I don't think he threatened the keeper. He's no chances created. His passing wasn't great, so he needs to be more consistent, be more simplistic in his play, right? Like what's his name said, close down the keeper. Show some aggression in your play, right? So yeah, I think I'll give him a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll give him a 6.
All I done was give him a 6.5, and you said I'm too generous.
Yeah,
a 0.5 is too generous.
0.5.
I thought you was going to give him a 3.
No,
the way you was going on.
I'm not going to give him but he didn't have a great game, but I'm just, that last, he's still riding off that goal in my mind.
Me and you were in the same company, my friend. All I done was put a 0.5 on the 6. Yeah. You gave him a 6.
That 0.5, I didn't. That was that was well generous.
Count Dooku to the checkout, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Pepe a 5.
Yeah,
I thought thoroughly ineffective. You know, this is your second season now. I'm expecting more from you. Not necessarily because of your transfer fee, but because you've been here for 2 seasons. Yeah. You know, you should be more cuter when you're coming up against defenders who are as quick as you, who are probably, if in that case, probably stronger than him.
Mm-hmm.
Be cuter. You know, draw a foul, get a yellow card.
Yeah.
Then he's going to have to think twice about tackling
coming in,
you for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But it's like Pepe just has no common sense.
Yeah.
So,
there's a lack of aggression in his play. Like,
there is. He's got this smile. Yeah. He's got this look on his face. Like,
get a foul, get a yellow card. I don't care. Like, just show that.
He doesn't get upset. He doesn't get upset about anything. Yeah. When he gets fouled or when the shot's missing, he's got this strange.
And he's timid. You know, Luis, a defender, grabs the ball. He says, "No, I'm the guy who takes the free kick. You grab the ball."
Yeah, I'm going to give Pepe a 5. I'm just not overly impressed with him.
Fair enough. That's a fair.
Yeah, no one's going to argue with that.
Yeah,
and I think it's, for me, like I said earlier on, I think for me personally, and possibly for Arteta, I think this is a make or break season for Pepe this year. Because if he doesn't show any improvement by the end of this season, I think Arteta's
on your bike.
Arteta has that ruthlessness in him to say,
on your bike,
see you later, we can get better.
And that was not Arteta signing. So
exactly,
it's a case of, well, on your bike, son.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, so we're going to move into the middle and we'll go to Willian the Conqueror. All right, so Willian was poor in this game. Maybe not his fault, but he offered nothing. I think he was poor more than Pepe. He done nothing for me. I was going to give him a 5, but I'm sorry, but I'll have to give him a 4 for this one. This is Darth Maul to the checkout because he just didn't offer anything.
I think.
Sorry, man, a 4.
That's fair.
And maybe it's not his fault, but sorry to cut you, but I haven't seen nothing from Willian apart from the 20 minutes.
That Fulham game, yeah?
No, not the Fulham game. Yeah, the Fulham game, cool, but the 20 minutes against Sheffield United when he played down the centre.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arteta's got to find a role for him.
Yes.
Sharpish. Yeah. That's going to look like a bad buy.
Yeah. But look, we're only how many games into the season, so let's not get on his case, and maybe he has to acclimatise to our system as well. He needs to bed himself in. So, 4. But I'm not knocking Willian over the head. So, sorry, Jamal. Go on.
Yeah, but I agree with you about the 4, but I'll give him a 5 because...
what did you see in his game?
What I saw in his game, like you've said, is not really his fault that he found himself in that role.
Mm-hmm.
And what I always like about Willian is he always takes care of the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
95% passing rate in that role, in that difficult game is not easy.
Yeah.
Right? But he didn't, and he still created 2 chances, according to Opta stats. He needs to show more. He needs to get on the ball more because he's supposed to be the reason why he was kind of fulcrum, because Arteta was saying, you're going to be the chief creator here. You're the senior player, right? You need to get on the ball and make things happen, right? He didn't do that, and he's got the techers, right? He's left foot, right. He's got the whole, but he was not showing enough. And it's a couple of games at Anfield's happened the same, where he was like in and out. Yeah, I'll give him a 5. But he's another player that fans are watching now closely. Right? You know, they got that microscope on now.
Gabes.
I'm going to give him a 5. Distinctly average game. I think Arteta's still trying to work out where to fit him. I don't think the right-hand side works for him.
Nah.
Where Pepe is, but I'd prefer him to Pepe, to be fair, on that side.
Yeah, he doesn't give the ball away. Yeah.
I don't know where he's going to fit in. It's going to be that, Arteta's got a job trying to fit him into the team, because you've just given the man a 3-year contract. So you have to play him, really. He's one of your signings. It wouldn't make any sense for you to give him a 3-year contract and then not play
him on the bench. Yeah.
So he's going to have to determine where he plays and where he's most effective.
It's early days still, though.
It's early days, and he's got.
I'm hoping that the team's going to slowly come together, which is what I think is going to happen as the season goes on. They will gel more and more and more, and so by the second half of the season, they should be he should know his team, and they should know each other very well. But as for yesterday's game, I'm going to just give him a 5.
Yeah, so we move on to our captain, Aubameyang. Very, very. I'm not going to say poor,
very quiet game,
but he had a quiet game.
Yeah.
Didn't really notice him. Even he's been known of late to be industrious.
Yeah,
and he
it was an off day for him.
Yeah, it's an off day, and I do hope he gets on the score sheet pretty soon, because theories now, conspiracy theories. Since he signed a contract, he hasn't been looking himself. He hasn't scored, and all this nonsense. So I just hope he gets. I hope there's a penalty coming soon, and he could just tuck that away, and then he'll get himself up and running again. So I'm going to give him a 6.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I would give him a 6 as well. It's really hard for him because Pep done a job on him, right? He killed the space, put a man on him. He told Walker, listen, any through ball that comes this way, I want you there, right? Make sure he doesn't get in behind you, yeah? He still created a couple of chances. He had a chance that he could have scored. But he didn't. I think he had the lowest number of touches in the whole game. But we couldn't get him into the game, which is what actually happened, So yeah, so I'll give him a 6. No, I'll give him a 5 actually, because I don't think it was his extremely quiet game.
Yeah, Gabes, what are you giving him?
Aubameyang had I'm going to give him a 5 again, just average, just straight down the middle. There was nothing in his game.
Yeah.
It's not like he can pull out passes when he's not having a good game. His passing is poor. He did one good pass for the...
Created a couple of chances.
He did one good pass for the Saka chance.
Yeah.
Which other one did he create a chance for?
He was shocking in his passing. I'm sorry. We've echoed this and repeated this.
There was one more.
Italy said
okay,
this.
well, two decent passes for somebody of his caliber is
a lot more than some of our players.
Well, it's not difficult, is it? It's not difficult to be
not one of his,
to do better than some of the passes that we do, but for somebody of his caliber who can shoot so well, I don't understand why his passing is so poor.
And these are bread and butter passes. Yeah. This is not 60-yard passes.
Yeah. But he was just average down the middle.
Yeah.
Also, it didn't help him with some of the passing that he does get, that they're always into space. They're never that accurate. They're not Xavi, Iniesta accurate. But that is why Xavi and Iniesta were Xavi and Iniesta, because their passes were so spot on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our passes seem to be, maybe a foot or two away from him, which allows somebody like Walker to get in there.
Yeah.
If they were more accurate, then Walker can't make those tackles, because then he has to watch himself.
Yeah.
They're not exactly...
Those are the margins that we're operating under, or that you operate at the top end of football.
Yeah.
That 1 foot, that pass being 1 foot ahead of player will allow somebody else to take the ball. That pass from Xavi and Iniesta, where it's actually perfect, means the player has to decide: can I go, or am I going to jockey him?
Yeah.
Those are the margins.
The fine margins. Yeah. I think with the substitutions, they weren't really on long enough to really rate them, which was Nketiah and Partey.
Just minutes.
Lacazette.
Lacazette
was on for, how long was he on? For 15 minutes?
But still,
Was he? Yeah, it was 15 minutes. How long over that 15?
Well, I'm going to give him a 4.
I'll give him a 5.
I'll give him a 4.
I'll give all the substitutes a 5.
Yeah. Partey was pretty much what I expected, neat and tidy. Got a yellow card, so he's fitting in straight away.
And he held off some player that tried to bully him.
Yeah.
Well, stay there, young man. Stay there.
He's tried to. Yeah, that was good. So yeah, I think fours or 5s all round.
Funny tweet that, so he goes, Partey was on the field for like 8 minutes and he already won more tackles than Xhaka.
That's not wrong, is it?
Right.
Give the guy a break, yeah?
Arteta.
So Arteta, what are we giving him?
I'm going to give Arteta... I'm going to give him an 8. I think he set up the team well.
Mm-hmm.
We created Manchester City problems. We dealt with Manchester City pretty well. The goal that they scored is the kind of goal I'd expect in a tight game. A mistake. It wasn't like, they played the ball beautifully down the pitch and they were, training session goal and they swept it in. It was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kind of goals that, you get in these tight games where somebody makes a mistake and the opposition capitalizes. So for me, I think he got everything spot on.
Yeah.
They capitalized on a mistake from us.
Yeah.
We had opportunities to score. We didn't take them. That's how it goes. They had to work hard for their 3 points.
Yeah. I agree with what you said. I totally agree with that. I'll give him a 7.5. It was only because of the Willian decision.
Yeah.
I understood it, but it just didn't come off. And
that's fair.
I just felt that in the game of chess, Pep, he won this time.
The master beat the people. Yeah.
He won this time, and Pep had to think because of the FA Cup semi-final, and he realised, he nullified our threat, and he said, you know what, I'm going to pull these moves. But 7.5 is not a bad score. It's a good score, and in Arteta, I trust.
Absolutely. I'll give him a 7. Exactly for the same reasons that you said, some defensively we were just solid. You can't complain, midfield, and it's just like Leno said, it's the last third where we just came up short. But it's an improvement on previous years where we shipped how many goals? Quite a few goals. I'll give him a 7. I thought it was like in a tight game where it could have gone. We could have got a draw. We could have sneaked it if we were slightly more fortunate. So it's I'll give him a 7. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we've done that now. So just moving on. we're going to do who played for the badge.
Yeah.
So for who played for the badge for me, just quickly, is Leno, David Luiz, Gabriel, Saka, and that was it. That was it for me. Not saying that the rest of them, but those were my players who played for the badge.
Leno?
So Leno,
Mm-hmm.
David Luiz,
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel, and Saka.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. I would throw in Tierney as well. Tierney, very passionate game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about you, Gab?
Yeah, I would give it to Leno, Luiz, Gabriel, Tierney,
And Saka. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those few.
Yeah.
So the opposite of who played for the badge, who goes in the bin? Sorry, this is the term we use. So who goes in the bin for me is two players. That's Willian and Pepe. Yeah, William and Pepe for me.
Yeah. I think I would just choose one player because I think William was handicapped by a role he's not familiar with. So I would give him a leeway. So I would go for Pepe in a role that he played all his life. He was found wanting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put Pepe in the bin.
Okay. So Gabes?
I would agree with Jamal. I'll put Pepe in the bin. I think Willian was given the short straw by Arteta. Didn't work out for him. But Pepe, this is becoming a regular occurrence.
The excuses,
he knows the role.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the role. And today or yesterday, he has no excuse.
Yep.
Yeah. I was raving about him in that Phantom podcast that we had.
So
I was so pumped for this.
right. So this part of the show, we're going to talk about our business in the transfer window.
Absolutely.
Because we're coming towards the end of the show, we will be concluding shortly. Just quickly, how would you rate our transfer dealings in the show? In the window.
Great. I think I would give it. Do you want me to actually give it a number?
You can do.
Ratings? Yeah, I would give
because
it.
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Let's go over who we've signed.
We've signed Partey.
Mm-hmm.
We've signed Willian.
Mm-hmm.
We signed Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
And we signed a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we sign anybody else?
Ceballos.
We already
signed him.
Yeah, we already signed him. But
well, we've got him back.
Yeah, we got So a strong window is just that, the icing on the cake would have been to address the creativity and possibly address the striker issues that we have,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was good. Partey, that number that we played on Atletico.
Beautiful.
That was blinding by Arsenal, and
about time too.
And that used to happen to us, They wouldn't give us the player. They played us around. We said, all right, checkmate. We're going to give you no time to replace him.
Brilliant.
And we'll go over your head.
Brilliant. And usually...
Right? Didn't even go over their head. That's how you deal. You don't deal with the club, you deal with the league.
But apparently they were offended that
there was no phone call.
There was no phone call, no courtesy.
There was no courtesy. Arteta said.
No hugs and kisses and flowers.
No, Arteta did say.
Tea and biscuits.
We did speak to them before it, but Atletico were trying to play hardball.
Well, apparently Simeone was fuming.
So what?
Because, he's got a player.
So what?
So he wanted for us to give him Torreira.
With no part exchange, nothing.
No part exchange, nothing.
Well, this is where Arsenal's standing is after the Gazidis and Wenger era. People think they can come and take the piss.
Yeah.
Simple.
Because they can come and take the piss. Or they
Simple.
could.
They could have.
Yeah, because they watched us just give players away.
Yeah, they could have.
But
not with this, not with the new regime.
The king is dead. Long live the king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have a new
you know, Jose
man in town.
Yeah, Jose came for Rudiger, and Chelsea told him, "No, we're not going to strengthen a rival."
Well,
it's off. You know that's how it should be.
Exactly. So, what did you make, Gabes, of our transfer dealings?
I thought it was very good.
Would you give it out of 10?
I'll give it 9 out of 10.
Ooh.
We strengthened where we needed to strengthen, where we've been crying out for 10 years.
We're crying out for creativity.
To strengthen, we've been crying out. What? Huh?
We're crying out for creativity.
That will be addressed. It was never all going to get done in one window. That would have been an incredible window if we'd have got everybody in one window. I'd have probably died from a heart attack.
Would you also add a striker if you had a chance?
Yeah, next window, we need a striker and we need creativity.
Summer or winter window.
And then after that, we need a right back. And then, we need to keep improving.
Yeah.
I expect that's the way we're going to conduct our business.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we started the start of this podcast at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's going to be at least at least 4 windows. So 2 seasons before we see an Arteta team.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about
once we get rid of Ozil next season, man, the player we're going to have up front, that money that they've been giving to Ozil, they're gonna give it to some top draw striker, and we're just going to be a different proposition altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a winger. I think Pepe will be gone within 2 seasons myself if he doesn't back up his ideas. Yeah. Arteta, like I've said before, Arteta seems to understand these players will lose you your job. Just like Roy Keane said about the Manchester United players. Those Manchester United players are going to lose Ole Gunnar Solskjaer his job.
Mm-hmm.
If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't wake up, he's going to get the sack, and it'll be because of those players.
Yeah.
Stop being nice. Arteta understands this. Don't be nice. These players will lose you your job.
Yeah.
Get rid of them if they're not doing the job. And so Pepe needs to watch out. Yeah. So our business, I'll give it a 9. Very good.
I'm going to give our business an 8. We still haven't got rid of certain players.
Good point.
Wasn't the club's fault, because I know the club would have wanted to move them on, but no one wants to buy them. Yeah. Partly because their contracts, their wages are too high.
Yeah.
And teams are looking at it like, listen, we're going through some pandemic here, and we'll take this player for 9 million. We'll pay you 9 million, but listen, we're not paying his wages.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened with the white elephant, the Ozil. It's just because of the players that we haven't managed to move on. But that's not the club's fault, because I know the club want to ship out so many players.
All clubs are facing that problem.
The good news is that some of the majority of these players' contracts are up soon. So by the summer,
the situation will be a lot clearer.
These players will be gone. So we just have to wait patiently. And what Arsenal, I think, have invested, knowing that these players' contracts will be up and they'll be off the wage books.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that, from what I've seen, Arsenal carry on and follow suit what Games has said by just adding. Just adding. You don't have to go in one window and spend it on 5 players.
Yeah.
But just, follow suit. So I'm going to give it an 8. Okay. So then moving on. So what we're going to do, we're going to move on quickly because we're coming to the end of the show. Mm-hmm. So we've ducked, bobbed, weaved this this topic. This is Gareth Bale. Just quickly, let's just touch on him and get rid of him. His return. Is it a good one for Spurs? Is it bad? What do we make of it?
For Spurs, I think it's good for Spurs, but I don't think it's going to make any difference to the league and where Spurs... it's not going to frighten teams that he's with Spurs.
Yeah.
He's not the Gareth Bale that left.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different Gareth Bale. Yes, he's more knowledgeable, probably a better player. But the thing that frightened teams before was his pace and his running power. And I think teams will probably be a bit, he's obviously older, so he hasn't probably got that same ability. I think teams will be able to handle him and Spurs better.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have things in place for him. I'm not expecting him to put up any trees. I'm not expecting him to play many games, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll probably be a sick note, spending time in the treatment room.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a big boost for Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not worried about him being at Spurs at all.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you actually said, because I'm not in favor of bringing in big players that left back and pay them huge wages again. I'm not sure. Actually, he could be a hinder to them, because they like, from watching them, they are doing fine. Team is happy. There's a partnership between Son and Kane, and I'm like pailing that. I'm not sure, and he's not the same player. He's not. He's not the player that left. He hardly played any football for 2 years. He spent more on golf courses than football matchups, than actual playing. So yeah, it's it could be it could be a really bad move for them.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
So we'll have to wait and see. And apparently he's making his debut today, is it?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I agree with you too. I'm not going to say too much on it. Yeah. The prodigal son has not returned, replacing,
the next
this Bale for the old Bale. For me, I don't see it, but then I got it because Spurs fans needed that boost.
Yeah.
And they needed some sort of, hope. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does. Okay, so what we're going to have to do, we're going to touch on the Wenger book, because if we leave it any later, we're gonna, because he brought out the book this week. But what we'll have to do for next week is the pay-per-view, because we were going to discuss, what we think the pay-per-view is going to, how it's going to affect.
Sure.
But we'll have to discuss that on the next show. So just quickly touching on, because we're running out of time, just touching on the Arsene Wenger book. What do we expect to find in this book? Or have you heard anything from the rumour mill?
Well, I saw one article about anything that he was saying. I read something in The Athletic. He was talking about how he snatched Danny Welbeck from under Spurs' noses. I was thinking, that's not something I'll be bragging about. It didn't work out too well.
I was waiting in the queue to meet and greet the Pope.
Yeah, it was like that. I was like, this. If that's the best you've got, then this book is going to be a flop. I've seen quite a few people have said the book's not actually that interesting,
because it doesn't. As we know, sorry to cut you, but it doesn't like his later years. The final days of his departure from the club. Spill the beans.
Yeah.
Because we know that you took a lot of flack and you jumped in front of all the bullets from the press.
I think he does address a part of that, because they did, in that Ornstein article, they asked him if he if he's in contact with anybody at the club. Yeah. And he said, no, I don't speak to anybody at the club. The way I was basically treated at the end annoyed me.
Oh, right. Okay.
So he said the club kind of severed ties with me because they didn't want me as a hindrance to the next manager, which is understandable. But then again, they could have dealt with it in a more amicable way if they'd have got rid of him 3 years before. The way things panned out for him,
it was only going to go down that road. Yeah,
he could have gone out on a high after the FA Cup triumph, and nobody would begrudge him anything.
Yeah, the whole game.
Yeah. But the way it ended up was a bad decision from
the board,
the club, and the board, and the team, and himself.
Yeah.
That PDF is doing the rounds of the book. I see quite a few people have got to say he's going to lose out on a shitload of money, because that that PDF is getting passed around like a.
Keep it quiet, Gab.
Like well, I'm not gonna keep it quiet.
No, but a lot of
Don't ruin it
people.
for-
A lot of people have bought the hardback copy though.
Yeah, and now they're upset because they're like, man, why did I spend all that money when I could have just got it for free?
For free.
Yeah. And I could have read it. So yeah, if you're after the PDF, find it somewhere online.
You know what I want to know?
Save yourself 20 quid.
I want to read it to know what actually happened in Pizzagate. You know,
I'll be surprised if that's in there.
I don't think that's in there.
Who threw that? Then what's the point?
Fabregas threw it. We all know that. That's why Fabregas is a legend.
Wenger is loyal. Wenger is a loyal person till the end of his days.
He's not going to snitch people out. Yeah,
that's never been Wenger's.
No, never.
Even Mourinho had to. See how these press people like to stir shit.
Yeah.
They're going to Mourinho that you're not in Wenger's book.
It's not your book, Mourinho.
They're saying why are you not in Arsene Wenger's book? And he's like, well, you know, he lost to me 20 times. Why would he? Yeah. Why would he write about me when he's lost?
What he said was, like he said, he's never beaten me, which is incorrect. He beat him twice. But yeah, it's just, you know.
Did you watch Graham Norton? Wenger was on Graham Norton, wasn't he?
No, I missed that. But I still want to watch it now.
I saw a snippet of it. It was like, man, you are so dull. Arsene Wenger. Yeah, it's like, his agent has told him, listen, you need to go and do the rounds on there. Be lively, be bubbly, sell your book.
So he wasn't, because usually he's a good talker.
When's Wenger been a good talker?
Great talker.
If he's talking about football, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
When it comes to talking about other stuff,
my
man's as dull as dishwater.
I disagree with you, Gab. He's knowledgeable.
I'm not disputing that. Did I say that? I just said he's dull.
I could listen to Wenger all day.
Would you go to the pub with Wenger? Would you go raving with Wenger?
Hell yes, I've got a lot of questions. Who threw that pizza?
You'd go raving with Wenger to talk about bloody football.
Absolutely.
The Pizzagate.
Ladies love him.
This is ladies love who?
Wenger.
Only because of his money.
He's got the ladies.
Only because of his money.
No, ladies love Cool James. They
Fair
don't
enough.
love Arsene.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
They don't love Arsene.
Wenger is not dull. Come on,
Wenger is dull.
I like Arsene. I like Arsenal.
Who would you go raving with? All right, who would you go raving with? Would you go out with Harry Redknapp or would you go out with Arsene Wenger? Who would you have more of a laugh with?
I'm done with
you. You'd have a laugh with. You'd have more of a laugh with.
Who would you have a laugh with?
Wenger.
No, you wouldn't.
What's Harry Redknapp going to do apart from how he put Rose on his account or something like that?
So all you can talk about. So you go out with Jamal, and all Jamal can talk about is football.
Say,
no, I've got a lot of questions.
Listen, I've got the rounds in.
Listen,
what we're gonna do?
Wenger can talk about economics. He can talk about.
Is that what you're gonna go out to do?
I've got a lot of questions.
Is that what you go out to do? No wonder. Yeah. I'm not going out with raving with you at all.
The equation.
Jamal wants to go out to
economics.
Jamal wants to go out to talk about economics.
Can you imagine listening to Harry Redknapp?
And you see the 5 languages that you know, right? Yeah. Could you tell me how to say not today, thank you in Spanish? That's what you'd say to Arsene.
Yeah, I want to.
Jamal wouldn't be saying, "Come on, look at those girls over there. Let's go and talk to those girls."
To him, like,
Jamal will be asking.
Well, I want to ask him. Yeah,
we have economics to talk about.
Like if you Mourinho had.
And could you discuss economics in Japanese for me, please?
Thank you very much. Come on, he's way more interesting than Harry Redknapp. I'm.
Jamal,
you'd have a laugh with Redknapp. You would have a laugh with
Jamal. The girls would come over to us because we'd be having a laugh.
Brian, come get your boy.
You and Wenger will be sitting in the corner with your newspapers, like two nerds. And on that note,
I just want to, before we wrap up, right? I want to ask you
one thing that we need to talk about this after we read the book, and then that would be a great end to the show.
All right. Okay. That for another time. I just want to ask you. I just want to ask you before we wrap up, right? Since this is on Arsene.
Yeah.
Okay. So over the 20 years, how do you rate Arsene? Interesting.
Great servant.
For all our Magic Hat listeners out there, how do you rate Arsene Wenger?
Great first half, mixed second half.
How do you rate it? What do you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10, his whole impact on the club, I would give him 8 out of 10.
Okay, Gabes?
I'll give him. I'll give Arsene Wenger probably an 8.5, maybe a 9. I think he
revolutionized.
Yeah, first half of the season, first half of his tenure was fantastic.
Yeah.
Second half, he had to oversee us moving. And, he had financial constraints. Managed to get us top 4.
Yeah.
But the last part of his season, the last part, I think, ruined it for him. And that, like we just said a few minutes ago, that was down to him and the club not reading the room properly. If they'd have just said, Arsene, you've won the FA Cup, you're going out on a blaze of glory, adios, he would have gone out on a 10.
Yeah.
But that last bit ruined it because the animosity and the vitriol turned
toxic,
hostile and toxic towards him. He myself included. I wanted him gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted him to be carried out on his shield.
Yeah, so that's why I would probably give him an 8.5, maybe a 9, but probably looking towards 8.5.
Listen, he's been a great servant,
Yeah, of course. For me, I'm going to give him a 9 because this man, first part, when everything was going well, he was brilliant. He was excellent. He was... I used to, when I used to have arguments with my friends who supported other teams, I'll say, no, Wenger is the, best manager, and I love this guy.
Yeah.
He grated on me towards the end, and I was Wenger out, and I tried my best to, keep a lid on it and think, all right. But what he's done, bringing us the Anelka Centre, which is London, what the centre in London Colney, revolutionising football. I thought he was brilliant. So I'm going to give him a 9. We're going to speak more on Wenger. We're going to speak more on this once we've read the book, and we're going to go in on Wenger and especially his comments because he had some classic one-liners.
Absolutely.
Classic one-liners. Yep. So thank you to everyone for listening.
Yeah.
You can catch us on Instagram and Twitter. Jamal, your handle, please.
Magic Hat Jam.
Lovely. And this has been Lee, Jam, and Gabs.
Adios.
And what we're going to do, we're going to play another tune. We're going to party hard. Yes, we're going to party hard. Yes, everyone. Thank you for listening.